Welcome back to the Google Ads series for mental health practices. By this point, you should have your conversion tracking in place. If not, please go back and watch that video. And by the way, can you please give this video a like? Or as they say, smash that like button. No, don't do that. That's a little aggressive. Just tap it. That'd be fine. Because we're brand new. As of this recording, we're very brand new. So any help, any love you can give would be greatly appreciated. So what I want to talk about in this particular video, and again, this is a continuation of the series, Google Ads for mental health practices, smart, targeted, and profitable campaigns to grow your practice. The next video, which is video 2, which is this video, is audience awareness funnel. I want to talk to you a little bit about how Google works in terms of how people, potential patients find you, right? And a lot of times we think of Google Ads as Google search, and for good reason, because that's a lot of it, right? So when we're talking about, when we're doing searching on Google, we see the ads at the top, and there's a very strong association with that. But Google is way more than that. Google is actually a full funnel. So it goes from, top of funnel. In marketing, we call this top of funnel, where ads, even if you're not looking for something specifically, ads can show up, and you'll see ads all day long on the internet through the Google network, and maybe you don't even know they're coming from Google. The Google Display Network covers something like 90% of the internet, and these are ads a lot of times that websites will run on their own. They will sign up for a program called AdSense, and they'll run ads to monetize their existence. And they can be display ads, they can be text ads, in a myriad of formats actually. But this allows Google to be able to reach a lot of people at different stages of the buying cycle. So if you think about the journey, right, as to how somebody buys a particular product or service, in the very beginning, and this is going to segue right into this slide here. In the very beginning, they could be completely unaware, right? So, and there are different stages of awareness. We talk about completely unaware, not even thinking about the service you offer, to becoming more problem aware. Like, I have a situation here, I need to rectify, to solution aware. Like, I have a situation, I know what I need to do, I just don't know where to go. And then product aware or service aware, which would be, I have a problem, I know what I need to do to get this fixed, and I need to make a decision on it right now. Okay, so let's talk about these different awareness stages and how they correlate to the Google network as a whole. So if you think about the display ads, right? So, and I'm sure you see these all day long as you're going across the internet. There are display ads that will show up that could be completely unrelated to you as a person, or they could be very related to you as a person, because maybe you've been on a website and they're tracking you, right? I mean, it seems that way sometimes. They're kind of following you around, and can be a little creepy sometimes, for sure. But those are called like remarketing ads on Google, and retargeting ads on Facebook, by the way. But what we're talking about here for the unaware is different, right? We're talking about ads that are more like traditional billboard ads, really. So you would go to a website, and you would see an ad for something that may or may not resonate with you. Okay, so these are the display ads across the internet. Again, Google has something like 90% coverage across the internet, or it could be YouTube ads. It really depends, right? So these are the ads that are on a subconscious level triggering interest over time. So at some point, maybe when you are more problem aware, you can, through recall, go, aha, I remember seeing an ad for such and such, and let me check them out, right? Traditional brands did this for many, many years, like Procter & Gamble back in the day, through like daytime soap opera advertising or whatever it was, did a really, really good job at this in building brands and just staying top of mind forever. So there are some advertisers that we work with that are completely what we call full funnel. So they are building brand equity at the top of the funnel, even targeting unaware potential clients, or in your case, patients, just so that at some point when they do have an issue, they will think of you, right? So they make that investment upper funnel on the display network in YouTube, and then they also make a heavy investment lower funnel as well. So when we talk about this particular funnel, from unaware to problem aware to solution aware to product aware, those searches, and not so much searches up here because there's more display in YouTube, but these searches down here get increasingly more expensive because as somebody's closer to that buying decision, they actually represent a higher dollar amount, right? So unaware advertising like display in YouTube can be very economical. You can run ads and get thousands and thousands of impressions for pennies on the dollar. Because it's fairly untargeted and you're blanketing, you're just creating, again, more brand awareness, right? But as you move down this funnel, the CPCs, especially on the search, get more and more expensive to the point where when you're down here and it's very specific, it can be really expensive. And it depends on how much you're willing to invest as to whether that's a sound economic decision for your company. And we'll actually talk about that as well. But problem aware, again, gets into the search network, right? So this is, let me just make sure I'm following not missing anything here. So I want to talk a little bit about the way there are campaigns within Google that actually will touch on all of these different levels. So there's two ways to go about it. You can actually do this a la carte in doing a campaign such as Performance Max, which will actually incorporate display ads, YouTube ads, Gmail, Discover Network, search, all in one. And it tracks buying intent, right? So it's like when somebody is completely unaware, they might show some ads, but as soon as they start showing signals of interest and they're going into and make it more relatable to your practice, let's say they go to your website. Let's say they go to a competitor's website. Let's say that they are searching on the desktop, but later that night they pick up their mobile phone device and they're searching on mobile phone and they happen to be logged into Google because everybody uses Gmail. And Google sees these signals of increasing buyers' intent, and it will start accelerating the delivery of ads at the right time to the right person, right? So this is the power of Google advertising as it relates to, for example, the campaign type called Performance Max. Now you can also go about it a different way and target unaware separately in a different type of a campaign, such as just display or just YouTube. In fact, a lot of times we do that for reasons I don't want to get into this video because it's too long. But a lot of times we will just target the display network by itself, YouTube network by itself, and then search by itself as well, because then we can really see, we can isolate them and see which one is performing and what is the conversion, what are the conversions, what's the conversion rate, what's the cost per conversion, all of that data that we need to make smart decisions and know exactly where the ads are being distributed. Okay, so there's different ways to go about it, and I want to talk a little bit about another view of this in terms of this funnel. Okay, so another way of looking at the marketing funnel would be interest, consideration, and purchase. And now we're talking specifically about searching, right? So this is, just go back here. This is more problem aware, solution aware, product aware as it correlates to this, okay? So searches in mental health on the interest side, where somebody doesn't know, maybe they don't know exactly what they don't know what they want, right? So again, going back over here, just to toggle back and forth a little bit, they are problem aware, maybe solution aware, product aware. And then up here where it's less aware, I guess, would be searches like how to treat anxiety, right? So do you want to show up for searches like that? Because that could be a longer buy cycle. Or best therapy for depression, or why am I so moody, right? Just they don't know exactly. They're not again, they are not problem aware or solution aware at that stage. They or maybe they're problem aware, but they're not solution aware, right? So they're searching in that manner. Consideration would be more solution aware, right? So it's like therapy for depression, TMS treatments for depression. Does TMS really work Okay, so they're solution aware. Average cost for therapy, right? They could do searches like that, but they're not necessarily ready to convert. This is still a lead nurture in a way. So I always tell advertisers, make sure that if you're doing searches like this in the interest or consideration stage, or again, going back over here in the problem aware or solution aware, that you have some way of capturing that particular person and building trust and authority over time, right? So they're searching for something. You know you have the solution for them, or you think you have the solution for them, but they're not ready to make that decision yet. But you want to get them to really familiarize themselves and feel comfortable about who you are and what your offerings are, so that maybe 6 months from now, when they truly pull the trigger, they're ready. So this would be lead nurturing. It'd be some kind of a download, maybe in exchange for an email. It could be a lot of different things, and that would be a decision you'd have to make internally. But that's usually how these types of searches are addressed. Now down here in purchase, these are searches like mental health clinic near me, or book TMS appointment, or TMS treatments near me, or depression help near me, psychiatrist near me, ketamine therapy, city name. So right where the service area where you are, right? So this is somebody that's like totally ready to make a decision, and you got to be there. These are the keywords, by the way, that we isolate, and I'm going to talk about that in another video. These are the golden keywords, right? So you know over time which keywords, which searches represent the most value, which searches represent the most growth for your practice. And what we do is we isolate them and we bid them appropriately for the best page position, so you can continue to grow, scale, and expand your practice. But again, that's in another video. But these are the types of searches where a lot of times you need to be in play for those searches, pretty much all the time, or during your office hours. Sometimes, it could be all the time, or during your office hours. Depends on how you're set up internally. The other searches are there working in the background again, creating familiarity with the brand, getting people onto a mailing list or something, creating trust, creating comfort. But the ones down here, purchase, that's really where the bulk of the Google ads, that's where the work really comes in, because this is where you can capture somebody that's super, super high intent and get them converted from a stranger into a patient rather quickly. And we're going to talk about that next. Okay. So again, please hit that, smash it, tap it, the like button. Need subscribers at this point. I don't want to beg. I really don't. But I'm not going to beg. Actually, hopefully you're finding value so far. Again, if this is a little difficult at any point, we do this stuff all day long. Just let us know. We're here to help. We build these campaigns on a regular basis. We know how to build them right. And if you want to just focus on your practice, we can focus on the marketing. Be glad to help you. And you can find the link to our website in the description. Okay, that's enough of the sales pitch. All right, thank you so much. We're going to move on to the next video, which I believe is, what is your patient worth? Which is another good one, right? I promise we'll get into campaign build soon, but first we got to handle these basics. And see you in the next video. All right, thank you.